Hello and welcome to Survivor Southampton. Now, just by virtue of being here, I would wager you're already ahead of many other players on your season, just based on previous seasons where I've tried to give some pre-season content just to help people out, and only a few people have engaged with it, and it's usually given them a very big advantage in the game. So, well done for turning up. What we're going to do today, we're just going to briefly cover the outline of the game, just in terms of what happened in each round, and then we'll just go into detail just a bit more about confessionals. So I feel as though whether you're a returning player or you're new to the game, you're definitely going to be able to get a lot out of this video. The whole idea behind the weekend is just to get everyone together, have a load of fun playing the game of Survivor, and if there is the opportunity, we get all of the footage together and stuff, maybe we can edit it back together. So this is why all of the confessionals are relevant, just for the purpose of editing it back together. So typically the way that the game runs is that you can imagine it broken down into different rounds. Each round you start off with a challenge. The result of it will mean that some players are immune, especially on the Saturday. Those players will then go off, they won't have to vote someone out, whereas the losing players will then have to go and vote someone out. So the losing players will then have to go into the strategy section where they will discuss with each other for whatever reason about who should be voted out. Then there will be a tribal council where everyone will come and chat to me. And then after that will finally be the vote where they will have to write someone's name down, and whoever, there may be some advantages played, etc. But typically whoever has the most number of votes will be the person eliminated from the game. And then we move on to the next round and it continues. Then typically at the end of the Saturday, there will be a redemption challenge where everyone that has been eliminated on the Saturday will have the opportunity to compete, to return to the game, to join back in on the Sunday, where the game will become individual, we'll remove all of the tribes, everyone will be going to tribal council at every round from then on. Within this, we'll have the challenge, we'll have the strategy, then in between the strategy and the tribal council, we'll typically have the opportunity to film a confessional. So just as a brief overview of what a confessional is, this is your opportunity to talk honestly, candidly to the camera about your feelings and how it's going. We should have enough space this season to everyone can just find somewhere private to do it. It's very much frowned upon to listen in on other players' confessionals. Don't do that. Don't be a dick. It's kind of game breaking, so don't abuse that. Because this is your opportunity to be honest. This is you talking directly to the audience, talking directly to me, the person editing it, and to talk to yourself when watching it back. So if you have a master plan, this is your time to reveal it. Is it going well? Is it going badly? If you're just flying by the seat of your pants and have no real idea what's going on from round to round, here's your opportunity to tell us. If you just lied straight to someone's face, now is also your opportunity to tell us. So there's plenty of scope for saying whatever you like in these confessionals. I would say, first of all, as a first point to remember, and especially for when you're doing your intro videos as well, hold the camera landscape, because if I'm trying to edit it and someone's got it in portrait, there's no way I can switch it to landscape. Okay, so it's just very irritating. And as for everything that I'm about to say about confessionals, the only bad confessional that you can really do is just by virtue of not sending me one at all. Okay, so you might notice if you've watched back some previous seasons, you might be like, this is weird. I swear this player has such an impactful strategic decision this round, but why didn't Mike show their confessional? That would be because they didn't send me one for that round. They didn't record one and they didn't send me one, and that's the reason why it's not included. Okay, so if everyone just sends me one for every round, I guess it's less important if you've won the challenge and you're not even voting, but especially if you're about to go to tribal council and vote for someone, send me a confessional. Okay, it's a great snapshot of what you're thinking at the time. Even if you end up being wrong and voting the wrong way, it's still a great thing to kind of track as the season goes on. Like, okay, maybe maybe Mike was out of the loop for this vote, but then you can see that for the next couple of votes, he then gets into the dominant alliance, and this is why he sort of knows what's going on from then on. So either way, it's great to sort of track as the season progresses. Okay, so let's get now into the details of the kind of things that you might bring up in the confessional. So the first one to talk about is the challenge. So I think my main advice here is just to be very specific about what you did in the challenge. If you did a great job, now's your opportunity to congratulate yourself and to tell us why what you did was so cool. If you messed up, now's your opportunity to be honest, take some accountability. If you really thought you blew it for your team, tell us why, and then tell us how you think that despite that, you're going to still snake your way through this vote. If you thought a teammate carried you, or if you thought a teammate completely bottled it, now's your opportunity to really bring that up, really trash talk them. If you thought I made a controversial decision, now's your opportunity to bring that up. I will find it funny. So onto the strategy. If you had a target coming into the strategy section, now's your opportunity to let us know. You can talk about that and why at the time you wanted them out or why you still want them out. If someone talks you into voting for someone else, tell us about it. Be specific, for example, oh yeah, I was really thinking of voting for Ollie in this vote, but then Liam came up to me and he put forward some quite valid points actually about why it would probably benefit the three of us to work together, just because, you know, we're a little bit older, we're good in challenges, and we can probably work together tomorrow. And I did chat to Ollie and I confirmed that with him, so it kind of makes sense now. So I think the three of us are deciding that we're going to vote for Sorensen. So something like that. And yeah, I will stitch in an example at the end of this. If you have any allies that you want to keep safe, now's your time to talk about them, talk about why they're your allies, why you want to keep them safe, and what you've done in that round to protect them if you have had to, or if they are backing you to the hilt when you're in a bit of trouble, now's your opportunity to shout them out for being absolute legends. If you've lied straight to someone's face, let us know. That's very funny, especially a specific, like for example, yeah, Liam came up to me, he told me he wanted to vote out Sorensen, and I was like, yeah, definitely, man, no worries. When obviously in reality, no way I'm planning on doing that at all. Sorensen's my ride or die. Like, no way Sorensen's leaving this round if I've got anything to do with it. So Sorensen, you're welcome, and you're in the game because of me. That kind of thing is excellent to include. Yeah, specific anecdotes are always really useful in this. So that's kind of your top tier confessionals, and your confessional givers are the players that can remember specific details from that round and be able to articulate them in the confessionals. A couple of editing notes from me. This is why I'm re-recording this, because I think it's important to add this in. Don't play the pronoun game, okay? For some reason, and I don't know why, but everyone seemed to be doing this last season. In your confessionals, don't say, yeah, I think there's a certain person whose name's on the block, and I think we're going to vote them out because, maybe they didn't do particularly well in the challenge, and maybe for this reason I'm not a fan of them. Don't just say their name. If Liam blew the challenge, tell us that Liam blew the challenge, okay? If you're voting out Ollie because, I don't know, he's not working with you strategically, then tell us that. Like, you don't need to say they, like, find somewhere private, get one of the crew to film you, okay? And then, like, just be as candid as possible, be as open as possible about your intentions and what you're trying to do in the game, because it just makes things so much easier. Another thing that I would ask, just if you really want to go that extra mile for me, okay? If there's a couple of names that have been floated out, okay, feel free to say, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to vote for Liam this round for this reason, but then maybe also throw in I've heard a bit of Ollie as well. And do you know what? Maybe it does make sense to vote out Ollie because, I don't know, because in the future I don't think he'll work with me, or like because I'm not sure I could trust him long term. Because then, even if it's so obvious that everyone's voting for Liam that round, then at least I can splice in a couple of confessionals of like, but maybe it's Ollie. So that would be very helpful for me. So I would appreciate that from you. So then after that, yeah, if you've got any feelings in general, like if you've got any advantages or idols that you'd like to discuss, or any information about any of those, if you're shocked at the player that just got voted out by the other tribe, or if your ally just got voted out last tribal council and you're thinking you're on the ropes, now's your opportunity to discuss all of that as well. It just makes it, like, anything you can think of to throw in there would just be really helpful. I'd recommend, if you want to watch back some of last season, if you're watching it back anyway, just, obviously to make sure that you're really up to date strategically with how to play the game. And then yeah, take note of some of the confessionals. One final thing that I will suggest, as I say, we're likely to have a redemption challenge at the end of the Saturday. Therefore, what people often do is they get a member of the crew to film their confessionals, and what typically happens is once you've been voted off, you help film on the Saturday. So my suggestion would be, if you're going to go and outline your master plan for the game, take one of the crew to film it as opposed to one of the players that's been voted out, because on the Saturday there's a chance that they might return to the game, so you don't want them coming back into the game with all of that information against you. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm super looking forward to seeing all of your confessionals through the season. Very much look forward to the game. Look forward to all of the confessionals. Right, okay, so we're at what, round 6 in the game, I think? Yeah, this round will be the 6th elimination. Yeah, I was really surprised to see that TG Robbo had been voted off last round. I'm surprised that the other tribe did that. I think TG Robbo's quite good in the challenges, so I'm glad that he's gone because it weakens the other tribe. So it means that we're more likely to win. Although obviously we then don't go on to win this next challenge. Right, so what happened in the challenge then? Yeah, so it was a sort of memory challenge where there was a person upstairs who had like all of the information. Then they had to run downstairs, meet one of us in the middle, communicate that information to us, and then we then had to go outside and recreate this pattern that they were telling us on this sticker board outside. So my role in the challenge, I was the third one in the sequence. I had to run in, and Liam legged it downstairs and was trying to repeat to me this pattern that seemed to be a load of sort of crudely drawn shapes in PowerPoint of different colours. Now, Liam was actually quite good at telling me what to do. He was just like, it's an upside down lightning bolt, like it's sort of a cloud but squished. So had all the information in my head, went outside. I think it took me, like 3 trips to do the whole thing. So I absolutely smashed it. Liam was solid. And yeah, the rest of the challenge was going very well. We had quite a large lead for a long time till it got to Ollie, who well, he completely bottled it. I don't know what was going on in his head, but clearly not a man with good, spatial reasoning. Could not get any of the patterns right, even though he was the last person in the order. So he had the least amount of tiles to choose from. He still managed to completely bottle it. The other tribe won, and yeah, so now we're off to tribal council. So in the strategy section, I was very upset with Ollie, who really cost us this challenge. But I'm sort of in an alliance with him ish. And also, I feel like he's a threat in this game, and I'm a threat in this game. So if he gets voted off, then it's not going to be too long before I get voted off as well. So I'm kind of trying to keep Ollie in the game at this point. So yeah, there was one moment I was kind of thinking I'd be quite happy to get rid of Liam, to be honest, because he's not in my alliance. He's been pissing me off, and I really think it's time for him to go. I think he's allied with a lot of players that I'm not allied with, so there's not really any kind of tribe breakdown that makes sense that would have us on the same side. So I'm sort of going for Liam here. But yeah, okay, what else happened in this strategy session? Okay, so Slaw comes up to me and says, okay, it's time to take a shot at Sorensen. Big mistake from Slaw. He doesn't know that me and Sorensen are like this. There's no way I'm voting for Sorensen here. So this was a great excuse. That was all of the ammunition I needed to be able to go to Sorensen, be able to go to the rest of the tribe and be like, Slaw's going for you. He's allied with Liam. We need to take one of the two of them out. So I just pushed that narrative hard to basically everyone. So as far as I'm aware, I think I've managed to persuade everyone to put the vote on Slaw for this one. So I'm really hoping that this one works out. But yeah, my main aim, I just want to keep Sorensen in the game. Like, me and him, we've got a final 2 deal. We're going to go to the end together. Like, it's perfect. Ollie, I'd be happy to keep in the game. We sort of have a little handshake deal. Liam and Slaw, whichever one of them goes, I'm fine. I don't really mind. But yeah, as we all know, I don't mind either way because I've got, 4 hidden immunity idols in my pocket. I'm locked and loaded. There's no way I'm losing this game.